Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this extended reading here on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support here on Patreon and for tuning in for this reading today. So I'm going to actually jump right in and channel for the first point that came up in the initial YouTube reading. If you haven't yet explored the first reading on YouTube, you can do so by clicking the link in the Patreon post. Also, if you would like me to channel specifically for your situation, be sure to like the video either on the Patreon post or on the YouTube video. It doesn't matter where you like it, but this does allow me to pick up on your energy more easily. So the first point that came up in the YouTube reading that I said we were going to get into in this extended reading is the idea of the divine feminine very much being in the process of balancing her inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine essences. And a card has already flown out of the deck, so I'm going to go ahead and collect that now. And of course, we have the High Priestess. I felt such a wave of powerful energy from this card because Divine Feminine, this represents you. You are the go-between, so to speak, between the higher world, the spiritual realm, the energetic realm, the fifth dimension, and the 3D. Just like a priest or a priestess is someone who intercedes on behalf of humankind and really is that kind of connection point between the human, the physical, and the divine. You are a high priestess metaphorically in the sense that you are very, very connected to the higher realms, to the spiritual realm, as someone who is simultaneously having a very human physical experience. And what this means is you carry this powerful energy and light that naturally uplifts and inspires and connects those who come into contact with your energy to their own highest version of self and to these finer, more spiritual energies of our universe. You are a highly intuitive person, and I see specifically that intuition being a gift that is becoming heightened through, I'm hearing through recent experiences in your life. So you may have gone through experiences in recent times in your life that required you to really hone in and utilize your intuition. I'm feeling a lot of pain associated with this as well, though. So I feel that these could have been cases where you ignored your intuition for a period of time. And I'm hearing for the sake of continuing something, some job, a relationship, a situation that you desired, but that your intuition was speaking to you about, telling you, hey, pay attention to what is going on with this person, what you know deep down about this person, about this relationship, about this situation. And I see that through an experience, again, that may have been painful, where you tried to remain in a situation that disconnected you from your intuitive voice within. You've actually learned how to become more closely connected to that intuition than ever before. And this is really helping you to tap into so much spiritual wisdom and truth, both your inner wisdom. And also I see that you are someone capable of essentially going into the higher realms, the fifth dimension, and pulling down this ancient spiritual wisdom. Although much of this is something you do very unconsciously, you may not even realize this is happening, but know that anytime you find yourself struck with an idea or an inspiration, this is you, again, pulling together these pieces of very high level spiritual wisdom that you are really opening yourself up to at this time. What I see with the Empress coming out here as well, we have right away just two really beautiful, healed, awakened, divine feminine cards with the High Priestess and the Empress. Now, the Empress upright can represent creativity, beauty, femininity, nature, harmony. But the fact that this card actually came out reversed tells me that, first of all, I heard mother wound. So some divine feminines may be specifically healing some kind of wounded feminine energy through their maternal line, specifically women in their family passed through generations, this wounded pattern of lacking confidence in themselves. And because of this lack of confidence, potentially overly relying on external masculine figures or what we consider to be masculine structures of our world to support them in the ways that they had not yet had the courage to support themselves. And I see that through you, divine feminine, balancing your inner divine masculine and divine feminine energy, but specifically by really activating that inner masculine side of yourself, that internal self-support, self-guidance, that sense of confidence and independence. You are really healing that maternal wounding through your family's line. It's interesting because we also had the King of Swords coming out in the reverse position. And this can represent being overly cautious. This again may be speaking to the wounding passed to you through this wounded divine feminine programming in your maternal line, which could have caused the feminine energies in the past in your family to never really fully go for themselves or their dreams. Now, if this doesn't apply specifically to your family particularly, then just know that this is something you are healing for the wounded divine feminine collective. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a wound you see manifested in your family, although I do see that connecting for many who are listening. Okay, so now I want to know what other kinds of shifts and changes this balancing of your inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine are bringing into your life. And here we have decision. Interesting. The Two of Swords in the upright position. So the first thing that I'm hearing is it's bringing you to a point of needing to make decisions for yourself that might be counter to how society has taught you to make decisions, or counter to what people around you, including potentially friends, family members, might think is best for you. You are being called into self-mastery and independence and self-confidence to the point where your intuition is going to push you at certain times to take a leap of faith and to make decisions for yourself, by yourself, that may be painful emotionally for you because they may cause you to feel very alone within those decisions. This card can represent divided loyalty, and I see that for many divine feminines, this is you having given a lot of your power away to other people's structures, to a job, to another person, to your family even in the past. And this is you being required to be loyal to yourself, into your highest soul's path, and to that intuitive voice within yourself that is becoming clearer all the time. To have that loyalty take first place above loyalty to any other one specific thing, person, or an opinion of another person. Now, this card can also represent being stuck between two people, romantically, two relationships. So this won't apply literally in this way for everyone, but I do see also that because of divine feminine, your newfound internal balance of divine feminine and divine masculine essence, this is making you highly magnetic in all areas of your life, love included. And because of this magnetism in love, you may find that you've attracted in different love situations And for some, again, this might not be love specifically. This could be even platonic situations, friendship situations, situations that are requiring your energy and attention and causing you to feel like your energy is pulled in different directions. And once again, there is this call to self-mastery to determine for yourself what people and situations are worthy in that moment of your time, your energy, your investment emotionally and energetically. And again, maintaining that loyalty to yourself and your highest soul's path above all else, in making those decisions of where to dedicate your time and energy. But I do see that specifically for some, this really could be two masculine figures in love in your life who you feel somewhat torn between. I see someone's heart here feels torn, or someone's heart feels divided. Again, this will not be for everyone specifically, but for whoever is feeling torn between two love situations, I'm going to pull some messages of guidance from your spirit guides. Wow. Okay. So the first card we have is the Four of Coins in reverse. And this card says shedding the old, letting go of people, possessions, or issues. So I'm seeing that in making this decision in love, you are being required to let go of the old and step into the new, which when I say the new, I really mean the expanded version of yourself, your relationships, your life, your love life. And I see that for some listening, this may be letting go of an old pattern within yourself that connected with this person romantically in a certain way. This may be allowing the relationship to transform into something new rather than remaining stuck on the way that it's been in the past and old cycles that you may have replayed with this person. For others listening, this may quite literally be letting go of someone romantically from your past to whom you connected through your old version of self that you can no longer return back to. But what your guides are saying are that it's interesting in either case, whether it is you choosing one person or the other, whether it is you choosing to remain connected to a person you've remained connected with for a long time, or whether it's going forward in love with someone new, the answer is the same, which is this love situation and quote unquote decision is really just the decision within yourself to let go of those old outdated patterns and dynamics, the negative ways in which you've connected in love, allowing the inner transformation to take place, of allowing yourself to go towards the vision of what you truly desire in love and showing up as that new version of yourself within that vision, the healed, awakened, empowered version of yourself. And I'm hearing really any decision to be made will make itself as you stand in that most empowered state of being, as you refuse to connect from those old, wounded, outdated patterns. You will attract the highest outcome and the highest situation for yourself in love that aligns with that vision of what you truly desire and deserve within your love relationships. And again, for some, this will be a connection to a person you've been with or been connecting with for a while that is in process of transformation. And that transformation requires you to let go of those outdated ways of relating to your inner self and to this person, which is inherently going to create a new connection between the two of you. For others of you, again, this may be allowing someone in love to be repelled out of your life, as they might be repelled by your newfound, most empowered, most powerful, most authentic and self-actualized version of self, and to allow that to be okay, to allow certain people to be repelled that may be people from your past who no longer connect with this new version of yourself, while simultaneously allowing the ones who are most aligned with you in your empowered state, you in your healed state, to connect more fully with you in the physical world. And it's really interesting sometimes how these extended readings come together, because I'll have this set of intentions we've co-created from the first reading on what we're going to talk about. And then sometimes I'll begin to address one point and it starts bouncing around and touching on everything else that was coming up in the first reading. So what I really see so far is we've also been hitting on the second point that came up in the first reading, which was a divine feminine who was struggling to manifest a reunion in love in 3D with someone who felt that this delayed or postponed reunion was causing a lot of internal pain or anxiety or uncertainty. And once again, I hear your guide saying, the decision to be made is within the self. There is this call to trust the attraction and repulsion process that naturally occurs by the law of attraction as you step into that most empowered state of being. As you heal this programming, this wounding within yourself, you will naturally, effortlessly attract the highest vibrational available harmonious reconnections in love and connections in love, whether it's a reconnection or a new connection, whatever the case is for you. Now, I do want to see if I can channel any more information on this love situation some here may be dealing with that feels like it's been delayed or postponed. This very well could be a twin flame situation for some. And we have 2 cards coming out here. Wow, the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess both in the reverse position. And so what I see is in the past with this masculine we are speaking to, that you felt this delayed reunion with whoever I'm speaking to, what was going on here is you were connecting. Both of you were connecting with each other from a wounded state of being in the past. And on your side, Divine Feminine, the wounding was that you were over self-sacrificing for this person, which is a pattern you learned from the wounded Divine Feminine collective, whether that's just societal programming or familial programming within your unique soul cluster or soul group here on earth. Regardless, I see that you overgave to this masculine. You gave so much of yourself to them, but you struggled to give yourself the same love, care, and attention. And at the same time, you may have felt very out of control emotionally. You may have felt like you may have called yourself over emotional. It's not that you were over emotional. It's that there were 2 things going on here. One is that you have a powerful sense of intuition, but you so wanted to be 3D connected to this masculine in the past. You wanted to push things into being through the mind. So you may have ignored what your intuition was speaking to you about your life or about this person or about this connection. And again, sacrificed essentially your inner voice, your intuition for this person, while at the same time, you may have had a deactivated inner divine masculine. So because of this, there may have been that lack of self-support, that lack of inner self-confidence to create structure around your creativity, around your goals and dreams, around your highly beautiful emotional self that at times would feel overwhelming to you. And so now there is this beautiful healing process happening within you where you're reversing these dynamics. That's what I'm seeing, the Queen of Cups reversed and the High Priestess reversed. You are now turning them back into the healed position here. So in other words, what you are learning to do is to undo your old patterns with this masculine, with this person, by choosing to reparent your own inner child, in the sense that you are supporting yourself, you are nurturing yourself, you are caring for yourself. You are honoring your intuition, your inner voice, and in doing so, you are strengthening your connection to the divine. And actually opening creative channels within yourself as well, discovering your own truth. And yes, at times you may feel as though this situation in 3D and love hasn't fully come together, but what you need to know is that what is required of you is a total surrender of the mind, a total surrender with the Five of Swords upright. This card often represents defeat, but what I'm really hearing is these old patterns, these old ways of being, this way of relating with this person had to be fully defeated. It had to be buried in a sense in order to create space for something new and something better to enter your life. And only your intuition knows what this new and better thing will look like in love. If you hold a soul desire, a heart desire for reconnection with this specific person, then I see this being a reunion that happens through surrender, through a total surrender of the mind, what your mind thinks it should be or thinks it should look like, a letting go completely of the past of your connection with this person, where the two of you may have been relating from a wounded state of being and allowing it to be new. Whereas for others of you, again, this could be an entirely new or relatively new person or situation. But what we have as an advice card for you right now is, along with this surrendering of the mind, I see your guides with the Fool card saying, allow yourself to enjoy the present moments. Allow yourself to reconnect with your inner sense of freedom, adventure. I see travel coming up with this card as well. So you might be considering going on a trip or traveling, or doing really anything in your life that maybe you've put on hold or told yourself, oh, that's impractical, or that just doesn't really make sense, or that's... I hear someone also at times letting those limitations artificially created by society around age prevent you from doing something. Oh, I'm too old to do that in terms of earth years. Let go of all of those limited belief systems and allow yourself to be free. Don't worry about the timing of all of this. Allow yourself to simply enjoy the present, enjoy life, while simultaneously honoring your intuition, remaining connected to your inner wisdom, nurturing again yourself, building that sense of self-confidence, and everything else will fall into place naturally in this love situation. That is what I'm seeing here. Really beautiful messages coming through for some divine feminines here. I hope that reached whoever needed that message at this time, because I do see someone really manifesting that forward, calling that forward from this reading. So let's move on to the third point from the first reading, which was a divine feminine who was potentially dealing with what I called quote unquote trust issues. Now, for some, this could be trust within a relationship, but for others, this could be trusting the divine. And I'm actually seeing that trusting the divine message coming through most strongly. And as I said, trusting the divine, the number 2222 came out on the recording timer very synchronistically. So what does a divine feminine here need to know about trust? And I instantly heard, trust opens doors. So I feel guided to leave that specific message a bit more abstract so you can take it as it resonates. Trust opens doors. And here we also have the Seven of Wands upright, standing up for your beliefs, being protective, defensive. And I really see here a defense of yourself, being assertive in the sense that you have a strong sense of your inner self, and you can now, I'm hearing, create with confidence, assert yourself in this world with confidence. This again represents the fully activated and healed inner divine masculine that you are stabilizing within yourself. Trust with Wheel of Fortune reversed, that when things appear to be in disorder, when it feels like everything is being upheaved in your life, when you feel like you've hit a wall or reached a dead end, or even feel like in some sense you failed, maintain a sense of trust. And as I said the word trust, the Lover's card came out. Maintain a sense of trust that you are on a path of unconditional love, that a perfect union is in store for you, whether that's something you are beginning to experience or something that seems really difficult to envision or imagine. This also could speak to soulmates, even platonic soulmates coming into your life. Trust that you're not alone. There are others like you. You have soul family incarnated here on this earth. And wow, we have the Two of Coins again. There is balance in store for you that is actually coming into your life through the disorder. Trust that everything you are feeling being upheaved, being uprooted from your life has needed to be uprooted. Trust that process of pruning happening within your life, of deconstruction happening. And again, continue to hold your ground. Hold your ground, whatever that means for you. So what else does this Divine Feminine need to know from her spirit guides or higher self? Let's go ahead and get into channeling those spirit guide and higher self messages I mentioned in the first reading, although many of those have already come through. I'm going to reshuffle the cards here to pick up some clear spirit guide messages for you, Divine Feminine. So what do the Divine Feminine spirit guides and higher self want her to know? Wow, we have 10 of coins in the upright position. And this card represents just abundance, things reaching a pinnacle, reaching a point. I'm hearing again that word self-actualization. This also can represent a huge sum of money, a huge amount of abundance materially, monetarily coming into your life, being in a very lucky energy, unexpected, very positive change happening when it comes to your abundance. You are supported by the universe when it comes to abundance. You are learning how to carry an abundant energy, and that is attracting everything you desire monetarily and materially to you. There is going to be also, with the Five of Wands upright, there's going to be some kind of point of compromise reached in a situation that has felt very confusing or convoluted in your interpersonal relationship. So for some of you, this could be a romantic relationship where there has been confusion, where there's been intensity, argumentation, where there's been either an internal or external conflict. But I see this reaching peace, reaching harmony. I'm hearing there's a light at the end of this tunnel, so it might feel very dismal. It might feel impossible to reach a resolution or to reach a point of peace internally or externally about this situation. But I see both of those, both internal and external peace, being reached here. And we have the Ten of Swords reversed. This card came out upright earlier, and upright, this is a card of just feeling very defeated, even feeling betrayed, feeling like you've hit some kind of a dead end or said goodbye to certain people or situations in your life that have been really painful. But this card reversed speaks to getting out of a difficult situation, figuring things out, pulling yourself together, having this major turnaround in a situation that again has felt very burdensome, very difficult for you. So keep that in mind, Divine Feminine. There are amazing things ahead for you. You are still on the rise. And much of this is energetic change. It's changes happening within you that may not be fully visible yet to yourself or others, but trust that continuing process, that unfolding process. You are attracting harmonious love, connection, soulmate situations, platonically or romantically, and this reaching of your own self-actualization, this full-blown manifestation of yourself as you desire yourself to be most deeply through the heart. And your guides just really want you to reconnect with all of that knowing of what is coming for you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and channel some messages from Divine Feminine, your higher self, to the Divine Masculine, whether that's the Divine Masculine within yourself, energetically speaking, or in external Divine Masculine energy as well. And we have balance. with the Two of Coins upright. Wow. I'm hearing a divine feminine say, this situation has had its ups and downs. We've had our ups and downs, whether this is you speaking to yourself, divine feminine, about your life, seeming like it's had a lot of ups and downs, or you speaking to an external divine masculine. But this card speaks to things balancing out, things coming into balance. We're beginning to figure this out, is kind of very bluntly what I feel this divine feminine's higher self saying. The Moon card reversed represents releasing fear, but also the truth coming to light. Everything that has been hidden within us, within ourselves, within our shadow self, our subconscious is coming to light. We as humankind are becoming more transparent to one another. We are all becoming more intuitive, almost more telepathic with each other. You may notice this happening more and more as you're in conversation with others and you feel as though you're able to sense what they're thinking, feeling, or what they're about to say. There is this newfound transparency occurring, and this is happening even more intensely in deeper level soul connections. So if you are dealing with a high level soulmate or twin flame, know that any ways in which you or this other person have been hiding something from yourself or from the other, which essentially are the same thing. Hiding from self is hiding from other. But all of this is coming to the surface, clear and clean and open. Everything is being revealed. And there is this incoming sense of clarity you're going to feel, even just individually within yourself, as things are brought to light internally and within your relationships. We have the Chariot card here. Victory, overcoming obstacles, success, ambition, determination. Hold your focus. Hold your focus on your true core soul values, and don't allow the world to distract you from those core values. Again, whether this is you, divine feminine, speaking to an external divine masculine counterpart, or to your own inner self, stand your grounds. You are going to be victorious over this. I especially feel this being a message from a divine feminine to that masculine in the first reading that was feeling really overburdened, really overwhelmed. Stand your ground. You are going to be victorious. You are going to overcome these obstacles. Okay, so now I'm actually going to speak to the divine masculine energy field, and I want to know, for that divine masculine who was feeling really emotionally disconnected, what is he feeling? What is he feeling that even he himself may be disconnected from at times? And the first card we have is the Four of Cups in the upright position. It's interesting because in the image on this card, you see a man sitting under a tree and someone's offering him a cup and he's not responsive. He's refusing the offer or just really not responding to the offer. And I actually feel that energy more so than the refusing of the offer is this kind of presentation of apathy. I feel that in the past, again, because of how this divine masculine may have been feeling very overwhelmed, overburdened, he may have appeared to the divine feminine as being apathetic, as simply, I keep hearing not responding, so this may have been not responding to things that she would say to him or messages or calls, but this also could just be him appearing generally to be apathetic toward her or in his life or toward his own dreams. But what I really feel that is beneath this apathy is deep regrets, feeling as though by being apathetic, he's actually missed some kind of an opportunity that he's now very much daydreaming about, fantasizing about, longing for, and feeling this sense of frustration with himself and even a frustration with his own apathy and presentation of apathy towards something that he actually did truly desire. With Ace of Pentacles in the reverse position, once again, we have lost opportunities, lack of opportunities, like this masculine is feeling by being apathetic or by missing a chance, missing an opportunity. He is now in this place of lack. And I'm going to see if I can channel anything else about how this divine masculine is thinking or feeling. With the Ten of Swords here reversed, I actually feel that in this particular situation from this card, what I'm really getting is that this masculine may have manifested some of his own anxieties because he had these subconscious fears that he was not willing to address at the time, that he kept in the shadow self, that he kept in the subconscious, that then manifested themselves in certain ways that were unwanted, but it was almost this unconscious pattern of behavior, of being. Specifically for many divine masculines, I'm sensing that they may have been afraid of abandonment, afraid of being left behind in love, but then created that very situation with the divine feminine that they may have desired most of all because of their own apathy. But the reason for this presentation of apathy was ironically because they had this subconscious fear of abandonment. So it's like this strange, unconscious behavior pattern or cycle that is actually being brought to light, that is becoming more conscious to this divine masculine so that it can be healed. Yeah, with the Six of Wands in the reverse position, the masculine is feeling very defeated, feeling as though he failed. This is all really coming from the conscious 3D physical self. And obviously there are a lot of intense emotions going on right now within the masculine's energy field that he is consciously feeling in 3D. So with that being said, I do want to speak to his higher self, his fifth dimension self. What does this masculine's higher self want to say to the divine feminine? Once again, we have Ace of Pentacles reversed. I feel like I lost an opportunity with you. I feel like I missed my chance in the 3D world. And this has caused me, with Three of Swords upright, an intense sense of heartbreak, of emotional pain, grief, unhappiness, but also with there being three swords here. In some cases, this could be speaking to the fact that some divine feminines may have attracted in a different love situation with someone new, with a different person. This could be a soulmate situation. And this masculine may be sensing the presence of that third person or third party and feeling a lot of pain because they feel like they missed their chance. Again, that will only connect with a few people, so only take that if it does connect with you. But otherwise, I see this being the masculine just feeling a lot of heartbreak over the ways in which he missed an opportunity here with the divine feminine. With the Ten of Cups reversed, yeah, lack of security or stability when it comes to a home situation, a dysfunctional family. So if the masculine is married or has children here, has a family of his own, I see that there's a lot of dysfunction within this situation, causing a lot of unhappiness. This also, though, could speak to the masculine having really desired or desiring this creation of a home in 3D with you, divine feminine, and feeling the absence of that home, of that reunion state. We also have the Hierophant reversed. Challenging tradition, unconventional lifestyles, unconventional relationships, non-conformity. The masculine here is, I feel like at this higher self level, he is saying to the divine feminine that he wants to break free from these stifling traditions, whether it's family traditions, societal traditions, ways of being in the world. And he wants to truly move towards what he desires without caring what other people think about it or what other people want him to conform to. And here we have the Hanged Man, feeling trapped, confined, self-limiting, lack of self-direction, waiting. I feel the masculine very much being in this period of transition, and his higher self is speaking to the fact that he is really moving from his old self, from his old state of being into something new, but that this is a very heartbreaking and painful and challenging process for him in 3D, having all of these shadows, all of these pieces and parts of his unconscious self, all of these unconscious behaviors that have sabotaged this connection or his life in the past, brought to light in such an intense way. So I am going to just pull one final card from the Rumi Oracle deck here to close out this reading. So what is one final message for the beautiful souls connecting in with this reading? And we have the Lover and the Beloved. So I'm just going to read a little bit from this card. When you move beyond consciousness, you caress the beloved. When you move into the unknown, beyond everything, the beloved caresses you. Rumi. It is not enough to love me. I want you to allow me to love you. It is not enough to desire me. I want to be closer to me. I want to reach out to you and grab a hold of you, drawing you into me and never letting you be apart from me again. There is so much for us to experience, you and me, than simply gazing, even with love, at each other from a distance. Let me take you into my arms. Let me hold you until we cease to know or care where you and I were once you and I, for instead we will be one. Will you allow it? Will you allow me? Will you allow us to be? That feels like a perfect place to close this reading. I really hope you gained something from the reading today. As always, only take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. I am wishing you a beautiful day, and I would love to hear from you in the comments under this video on Patreon if any message here did connect with you personally. I will talk to you again in Wednesday's Patreon reading.